What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the X-Files podcast. Dylan, your host. Thank you guys for tuning in. Just got back from the Gorge. AWSI was a great event this year. Could always do more. There's so much to do, so much content to possibly get, and you're there with the designers, with the owners, with the reps. It's such a great event. So we have a lot of good content coming off the back end of that, and we're going to start releasing it week by week. And we've done some since we've been back from the AWSI as well, so those will be released in the mix. So it's always great to session with all these guys and just have a good time. The foil community is off its rocker. Like, the amount of innovation, people pushing, the amount of passion, it's always so good to see because we're all so passionate about it. So I'm super stoked to be able to go to these events and hang out with everybody. This particular episode is with Ben Tardrew from Code Foils. Marcus wasn't there. Dan was there. Josh Koo was there. A bunch of the crew. So it's good to session with them and try out some of their new gear. We specifically talk a little bit just about the growth of Code and the X-Foils. Are you guys even allowed to call it the X-Foils? I'm not sure. I had that name first, but it's not the X-Foils. It's the X series. It's a Code X. They're launching the 810 right now, and then they're going to have some sizes up and some sizes down that they're not ready with yet. So I hope you guys enjoy this episode and the episodes that are going to follow throughout the next couple of weeks. Make sure you subscribe, follow, check us out. And this episode and all episodes are sponsored by me, Kite Puerto Rico, the N1 Surf Shop. So if you guys need some foil gear, the best way to support us is hit me up. My number's on the website. It's on the YouTube. It's on the Apple. It's on the Spotify. And if you guys need some foil gear, I'd be stoked to help you guys out, shipping out from Puerto Rico all over the USA. So thank you guys for listening, like always. Hope you enjoy this one. You.
Tell me where to sit.
Yeah, sit on the side.
Tell me what to do.
The middle's awkward.
Yeah.
It's better to have the sides. We make Dylan take the middle spot.
Then I got a backrest, so
Oh, we're recording. Shit.
I'm
Yeah.
wrong.
It's already live.
It's always live.
Yeah.
He does this to me every time.
Good.
He's all rigged up, dude.
Yeah, you like
I like that.
The mic.
It's just actually sick.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the X-Files podcast. Walt's here. We got Ben from Code hanging out with us. What's up, man?
the man,
How's it
the
going?
myth, the legend.
Stoked to be with you guys.
Oh, hell yeah.
And we can't talk about much, but he's going to give us as much info as he can.
Well, this is cool for me, like full circle, because I learned about Code at this event 2 years ago. You guys stuck me on the 850S and I lost my mind.
Yep. Was that not? It wasn't AWSI, was it? Was that that race?
Or-
Oh, it was the race.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was the race. It
that's
wasn't
right.
AWSI.
Yeah.
You guys were set up over there. Good
Yeah.
call. Good call. But yeah, I was sick, and you know, immediately I was my first feels on Code. I was like anxiously like waiting for all the foils to come out. Then the R's came out and blew my mind, and
Yeah.
I mean, dude, that was all I rode for 2 full seasons. So excited to finally get to talk to you and
Yeah.
talk a little bit more about your foils.
Yeah, I think we used the 860 that day.
Yep.
And it was like the first time we pretty much used it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. We saw him for the first time. It was amazing.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I was on a 1440 Takuma,
Damn.
and then all these guys. Well, it was our first year of paddling,
Yeah.
and we came from Puerto Rico. We're like, it's light. We go in light wind all the time. We're going to be pros at this.
yeah.
And that race was brutal, dude.
Yeah, it was all right. It was,
You did pretty good on that thing.
I had a good day. Yeah.
It was fun.
You were like
but I
top
was-
10. What'd you finish?
Third.
Third, right? Yeah.
Oh,
That's what I
that's
thought.
right.
You got
Yeah,
third.
good.
Yeah. Oh, and then your Marcus got 7th, right, or something?
Yeah, he was top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty great showing from Code. Hey, you guys had a hell of a race year that year, right?
Yeah, I think the week after Jimmy won.
Yeah. Yeah. And there you go. That was like, you know, a moment like that put you on the map in some ways, right? And not to say they felt the foils, but like seeing Jimmy send that and win M2O was like, and it was such a magical finish too, the way that finish worked out. And
It was crazy,
great.
man. I was dropping my kids at school with my phone. Well, you know the dots that you
Oh,
watch?
my God.
Everyone loves those dots.
Yeah.
And it's like on my phone, driving to school with my kids, not looking at the road, looking at the dots on my phone. And I'm like dropping the keys. I'm like, normally do a big goodbye, you know, hugs, kisses, do the hair.
You're like,
Get out. And I was at my warehouse. I was shaping a board with the dots on. I was like, he come down and he got past.
Yeah.
And then he popped back up. I'm like, he's back up. He'll be right. It's Jimmy, you know. He's one bump. He can make it. And yeah, man, it was kind of a little bit emotional. And I was with Marcus on the phone, and it was, it was a good time.
It's a huge moment. I mean, moments like that can be huge accelerants for brands, right? Like the exposure and credibility to like the work you guys are doing. Obviously, everybody knew who you guys were, and obviously Jimmy has his pedigree coming in, but to stick that win was like, it said a lot about the foils, right?
Yeah. And I guess for us, we've never really, until recently, we've never really thought, I know personally, and with my brother and Jimmy and Dan, we're not big up marketing guys. So we've always like, if we make a product good enough, slowly it'll spread around the world. Someone's mate will use it. But yeah, it's happened probably a little bit quicker than we thought. Yeah. And then, I guess marketing came on quicker than we thought. And, you know, obviously it's not my thing, but it's, it's really cool because we got like an extra member to our team. So yeah, it's going really fast, and I'm sure that helps.
Evil, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's part of it, and I think we've got to have a guy that's so great at foiling and such a frother, you know, like you guys, as part of our team, and he does that role. We're talking about Josh. It's great. We wouldn't want to get a marketing person that's not deeply involved in the sport. So
nobody can get much deeper than Josh.
Yeah,
so.
To have him on board has been great, and he fits part of the team. So we got to that way quicker than we thought we would. So yeah, I mean, we're not in a rush to go to keep, you know, we just let it happen, and that's just where we are now.
Yeah, I love the one foil, you know, launch.
Yeah.
Just an 850S. But the first foil I tried here was the 1130.
Right.
Sent it down, went down, and I was like, oh my God. And
I remember that.
Took a gamble. I'm like, I want to sell your foils.
Yeah. I really actually remember specifically when you guys all come up, because I'm like, a lot of people we talk to, and if you've never met him before, I'm like, this guy could be.
I emailed you like 10 times.
I don't even know if he's got a shop, whatever. And then you're like, how many foils can I buy? I'm like, he's legit.
He's got the black card out. Let's go. Let's buy some foils.
Yeah. So, I mean, you were pretty early on, I guess.
I just tell everyone I'm the first dealer in the U.S.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's a good place.
Yeah. I think it might be true.
Yeah.
But because we live at the other side of the world, and we're not, you know, we're so far away, we're like, Puerto Rico, he's like US, we're like, he's a Puerto Rican guy.
Yeah.
We don't think of you as like a US guy.
Well, they're all.
You couldn't be any further from Australia.
Yeah,
Puerto
pretty
Rico.
much. Yeah.
A little quicker to get product of why. Hilarious, because the foils were going to Puerto Rico, and then he was selling them to people in Maui, right?
Yeah.
So they were coming to Puerto Rico and then getting shipped back to Maui.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, what's your daily driver in your quiver? What's your go-to foil for all things all the time?
That sounds like a loaded question.
It is a loaded question.
It's the 770R.
He can't get off the 770R, dude. Everything.
Yeah. Brian?
Everything.
I plant, I jet board it, I downwind it, I parawing it,
That's like,
Well, it's because I'm scared to run out of inventory.
Yeah.
Because when I run out of one foil, I'm like, what if someone wants that one foil and wants a mast and a whole setup, and I don't have that one foil? I need to like order again.
Yeah.
You know? So I just kept the 770, and I always keep them in stock so I can always have a 770.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm like, what if I grab an 850? I really like it today, but I'm like, I only have 2 left. So, yeah, I love the 770. It's really fun.
Yeah. I think the 770 and the 850 was all I used for a long time.
Yeah, those are
in the early days. Well, obviously the 850 was 6 months. I took it in my backpack everywhere. So 10 knot downwind, I'm stuck on 850, whether I like it or not.
That's all you had, right?
My friends are on like 1201 axis foils, and I'm just thumping bumps of this big. And this is all I got. We've got to make it work.
I rode the 850 this summer for like it was like the go-to foil for me for all the conditions here, basically in Denver. It was such a great foil. So, you know, I've been riding a bunch of different stuff this summer, but that 850 is still just magic. First foil you guys came out with, and it just feels so good underfoot.
It's a sweet spot. Yeah, and it's still our reference, you know, when we're testing stuff. Like, you know, testing the new X, we're always going back. If it's a small day, then we'll test it against the 850. So yeah, it's so good that was such a reliable all-rounder, because whenever we're going either side of that, like for a more glidey wing, we know that glide's good. So we just got to make it better. Mm-hmm. And on the opposite end with the X, if we can make some of the surfs better, it still has some glide, then yeah, that's such a good spot to reference everything to. And you know, roughly our weight, the 850 can just about do anything.
Yep, totally. Yeah. I think that's killer. So with your foils, I think there was some magic in how they felt, right? Like that's why everybody kind of gravitated to them. You know, they are really fast and they feel incredibly stable at the same time. They've got good roll, but you never, there's just this reliability to the feedback you get from your foil. Like we towed the 615 basically all season last year. I, proned it, foil drived it, towed it, whatever, in the 615, the 720. And there was just a predictability to the foil. I put it on the short or the extra short, right, with the 142, and like you could just charge anything, and you knew when you went to make that turn, it was going to do exactly what you wanted. And I think when I handed that to people coming off of other brands that maybe have like they're a little twitchy or whatever, I don't know, there's just a specific feel to your foils that I think just makes everybody kind of have that wow moment when they get on it, because it's so rock solid, it's so reliable, but it's still really high performance. I think that's kind of at least what I think of when I think of your foils. And then I got a chance to try the X yesterday and it did not disappoint. It was like the same thing, but more like all the roll I wanted out of the S that I wasn't getting anymore. It had that, but it still had that very like quintessential, code feel where it was just rock solid and stable.
Yeah. I guess as foilings, everyone's getting better at it. Everyone's trying to, move forward. And that's sort of why we started working on the X. People want to surf harder.
Yep.
And the S, it surfs great. It glides great. But when it comes to people want to push harder in the surf, we knew there was room to improve that. And it would never overtake the S, because the S is like I said, you put it in your backpack, you go anywhere in the world, you're good.
I've been saying it's like the S is a perfect downwind surf foil.
Yeah.
Like, it has so much speed and range, and like you can just glide a perfect amount with it, and you never feel like draggy on it, and it allows you to kind of like be out in open ocean bumps and move fast and carb. But I hit that wall with them where I was trying to turn the pocket and I just couldn't push them any harder, and then it seems like the X is delivering.
It's a trade-off, with all that efficiency, you're not going to be able to surf it as good as, and like the X is a trade-off the other way. It's not as efficient. You're not going to go dock starting and flat water pumping on that. Well, you could, but it's going to be hard work.
Yeah.
But you're going to roll, toe to heel really easily and with a lot of control. Like, it's really maneuverable, but the key is like to control. It's not just like too crazy. And we're frothing. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it.
There's going to be more sizes in the range. We can't talk about it. You made us sign an NDA.
By the time you release this, the 810 should be.
Yeah, 810. Yeah. That's what I got to ride yesterday. Yeah. And I rode it, in like max conditions. It was like blowing 40 with like 10 footers out there, and it still held its own. Yeah. Great. I mean,
10 footers.
10 foot rollers for sure, dude. They were bombs. 10 foot.
Yeah, Jimmy and Josh have been.
It was like 6, but let's say 10. That sounds better on the podcast. Big rollers. No, they get big. It was taller than the windsurfers that were out there at one point. They were big. They were big rollers.
There's some footage, I think. Well, Josh sent me some. He's foil drive into like Australian 10 foot, so it's like solid. Mm-hmm. And he's like, it was never overdone. We think that we will obviously size down and up, but the smaller sizes I think are gonna work pretty good for tow foiling.
I know. I'm excited about that.
Yeah. So I'm pretty jacked up for that too.
Yeah, I bet, right? Yeah. So when you guys started off going after the X, what were the trade-offs you were making to get that roll, and talk a little bit about how you achieved the stability you're talking about? 'Cause I did think that was what I felt in it. Yeah. When I got it to speed, it was like it rolled like on a dime, incredibly aggressive, even at like mid speed. But it had a really great ability to kind of stop the roll. Like the control on the roll was really nice. Like it didn't want to keep going. Like it just was really, really connected, and just made it easy for me to recorrect and like straighten back out if I made a really hard bank. Yeah. There was I knew there was so much left. I wasn't turning as hard as I could.
Did it lock in or?
No, I could have kept pushing it, right?
Yeah.
I could have pushed it almost like an infinite amount. Yeah. And I think it's more about me learning how to ride that.
I think that setup you had, you can push really hard. That's smaller than what I would use. I think you had the extra small and the 140.
Yeah.
So I would always go medium, because I just like it to be even more solid.
Uh-huh.
But
I've been riding Twitch.
You can shoot. Yeah, I knew what you were on, so that's why I said use that. But yeah, like you said, the locked in feel, and that was a big thing what we wanted with the X. Even when powered up in decent power, in closer to the pocket of a wave, you can change direction without being locked in. And to be honest, it does that as we wanted and as we expected, but it probably has a little bit more glide than we expected. We weren't expecting to be linking 3 or 4 waves surf.
What's the aspect ratio? I know I asked you before.
It's
and
like
you said
low
you
8,
didn't know.
like 8.2.
Yeah, it looks like.
No, like I forget. Like there's too many. Like
Well,
too many
I guess you're testing a lot.
there's a lot more products
of-
now.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, like someone will say, "What's the span of the 1130?" I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hard to remember all of
All
them,
these numbers.
even one. Like when we
You're
had
like, I
two
have a
foils
cut
on
sheet
your
for that. Here
yeah,
you
yeah.
go.
Just look on the website. Yeah.
Let me get my sales manager for you.
Yeah. Nah, but yeah, the X. So far we're stoked. So yeah, I'm really excited for the other sizes. We tried a few bigger ones here at Hood, and they're on the lighter days, and they do everything the same, just a little bit bigger. So
I wanted to take the 810X yesterday, but I took a larger one, and just because I wanted to see what the largest feels like, then I know that the ones that are smaller are gonna be badass. And I had a very short session, but it felt really good.
Yeah.
Like really responsive, fun. I was able to pump it around, for sure more draggy than the S, but felt super smooth.
Yeah, I didn't care about that. I wanted to go rip. I was like, give
Yeah.
me the fucking ripper setup with the short
Well, I was-
speeds. Let's go.
I was down here, it was tiny. Like there was really nothing to play on, but it was like very
Yeah.
sharp to like whip
it's
around.
actually really
Felt
well suited
good.
for Hood River, I think.
Yeah.
Because there's power everywhere.
Yeah.
You don't like have to pump, to sections over there. There's no swell, so
Yeah.
there's wind bump all over the place. So
Yeah, I love the way it felt. It was really great because like I've ridden your foils so much that like I hopped on it and instantly it was like riding a bike. Like I just knew that feel. It felt like a code foil. It was maybe like a little more back footy than the other foils felt to me. And I don't
some
know if that
guys
was,
have been moving their mast forward.
yeah,
a little bit, but
I did that on the second lap and it felt
Yeah.
a little bit better.
yeah, I haven't been doing it because I don't mind being a little bit
Mhm.
back, like especially in the surf. So yeah, I mean, yeah, for me, I just put the mast same spot every time. Go
Yeah,
for it.
right.
Move my feet a little bit.
Dude,
Yeah.
I've been trying so much gear. I like forget where to put things. Like after that, I did another run on the F4 and like I put it in a similar spot. Oh, dude, I was like standing on the nose of my board to pull that thing down.
Oh, so there's more at front foot.
Yeah, it's really crazy. It's like a full like inch and a half back
Right.
from where I set my other.
And maybe
foils.
that means you felt a bit more back foot when you tried the.
Yeah, exactly,
Maybe, yeah.
exactly. I think I've been riding some really front foot stuff, but it wasn't in a bad way. It was just like I adjusted it for a
Gotta
mast,
adjust.
and then it felt great. But
Yeah.
I was just like, I had such it was so nice to step into something that just had such a consistent feel that I already kind of knew, but then it was doing all these things that I hadn't had before in any of your foils, which was really exciting. And the glide was impressive. Like it was harder for me to get it out of the water a little bit, I feel
Yeah.
like on takeoff, but once I had some glide on it, like keeping it up, I really did. The stall speed wasn't like there was a stall
Yeah.
speed issue. It was
That,
maybe
the
just
way-
like the release or something was a little different with the
Yeah.
pair wing.
And for like lift and power wise, you would use a slightly bigger foil than the S.
Mm-hmm.
So like the A10 is going to be more like similar lift to the 720, but it's still going to surf better than the 720. Like it's still going to roll better than the
Oh,
720.
rolls way better
Yeah.
than the 720. I mean, the roll was insane. Like there was
Yeah.
just no limit to how fast you could roll that thing over, even when I was on those like 10-footer, 6-footers. It was
Triple overhead.
whatever, triple overhead, bro.
Every time you tell a story,
It was-
gets 1 foot
It's
bigger.
getting bigger.
Yeah, when I was on that 12-footer yesterday,
Oh, it was mega, mega.
those 13-footers were
We'll
great.
talk about this again tomorrow, and it'll be even better.
Yeah, I'd be like, maybe there's 30 footers in the river, boys. so this is obviously like you guys developed this thing. It kind of
I told you he's better than me.
Yeah.
it like rounds
Good
out.
team.
Well,
Good team, yeah.
I think it like rounds out the portfolio, right? Like,
Oh, yeah.
because it is the S is the. If I had to have one foil, give me that 850 extra short fuse, 142 tail. I can surf it, I could prone it, I could downwind it, I could do whatever, right?
Yeah.
I think this now gives us that thing we want, which I'm looking for in my quiver, which is I want incredibly high performance surf foil for when I'm in 3 foot or larger. And then I'm going to want my incredibly fast, efficient, glidey, super surfy downwind rig, right?
Yeah.
That kind of covers. And
Yeah.
then I guess we get
Well,
more
it's
bits
also-
between there.
Also, the style is moving more that way. Like we're getting better at foiling, so we're more efficient on a foil. So we don't need as an efficient of a foil, but we really want to turn.
but we really want that
And,
performance.
I guess for us, we just want it to fit in the range now, and because the S is 2 years old, it's still working so good. Like it
Yeah.
hasn't dated at all.
Yeah, we talk about that all the time.
Yeah, so we wanted it to complement that. So it fits below the S as far as glide, but above as far as surf. And then at the other end, the R is above the S for glide and below an S. So you can see how the three work
Yeah.
together. You've got surf, all round glide. So the glide can be for lakes, pumping, downwind, obviously, anything where you need efficiency. And the S is like, I've only got a certain amount of money. I need one foil. Get the 850 or whatever.
Or for conditions like this where you want a little bit of everything. You want
That's
some
right.
glide, you want some
Yeah.
surf. I mean, I do think the S's are just built really well for the river here.
Yeah. Like,
I
if
know a
you're-
lot of people are riding them, man.
Dude,
If you're intermediate or below, I think the S is still going to be more suited for gear. And, it's once you're pushing a little harder, you see the X and you want to try it.
Well, my foil drive clients are gonna love it.
Yeah.
Because they don't need efficiency. They just want to surf because they're motoring around.
Oh, you're
They're
saying the
catching
X's?
waves.
Oh,
The
yeah.
X's.
Man,
the
if I had
X's
the
are
X
great.
last season, dude.
And towing, we don't need the efficiency when we're towing, right? As much on those smaller foils. So
And that's where, the S is kind of punched a little heavy, so you could get down and be riding the 500 of this. The 500 was like, it really needed juice. The 615 was amazing. The range that thing had, you could,
it.
God,
Yeah.
we could ride little 2-footers with it,
Yeah.
towing especially, where you could come in with some speed. And I think it was really magic. But yeah, I'm excited to have something that rolls more aggressive. I'm sure I'm going to get myself in trouble this winter, but
yeah. Did you guys do the same thing? You made the 810 was kind of the base.
That's
of
our
that
first
foil?
one. Yeah.
And you're just scaling,
Or
or was it harder to
potentially,
scale?
like going up, it will probably end up being scaled. Going down, I think the X is going to be really good for towing. So I think
adjusting.
we'll probably adjust a few things just to slow it down a little bit. So when people are towing, then like we want them still to be able to stay closer to the pocket.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't want to be in the pocket of a 20-foot waves, but there's people.
There's people who would
Yeah,
like that.
I mean, I'll race and get away from that thing.
Like yesterday. right?
Yeah, like when you were
20 foot.
last
20 footer
20 foot
yesterday was sick.
Yeah,
It barreled. I
Yeah,
saw
yeah.
a barrel.
I saw you in the barrel.
Yeah.
So like the smaller ones, we've got like a 700. I'll just say it. Like we're trying here, and it's working pretty good. And that's not perfectly scaled.
700. You heard it here first, everybody.
Yeah, and then I mean the smaller ones are going to get into tow territory, and it's kind of good that from our opinion, that you use a slightly bigger size in the X, because when you're towing, you still want like a solid base
Mhm.
without all the lift, because you still you want to feel solid. So if you end up having to use tiny foils, like below 500, yeah, it's fast and it handles the power, but it's a little bit twitchy, So
Yeah.
we want to try not to have to go too small, so keep a bit of size in it, and make it so it's not going to just outrun everything. So you're controlled and able to stay closer to the power source.
Yeah, because that's the big problem, right? With all of us kind of getting into towing, and then we're using, we were towing on like the lift, high aspects, and even the S is the equivalent
just
of a
fast.
lift
Yeah.
HA, the old lift HAs like the 120s and stuff. And
Right.
yeah, they're like really fast, so you end up outrunning the wave. And I think that's something that like we're all kind of working into. It's just cool
we
seeing
used,
the gear
we
get
used to
more
just put a
specific.
bigger tail on the back
Yeah,
with code.
put a bigger tail and shim it out.
With the 615,
Yeah, it
we were
definitely
putting
helped.
like a 158 or the 166. Like,
Mm.
sounds crazy.
Yeah.
But we didn't do it that much.
A little bit. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, it was cool, but there was something about the
Well, you
feel
couldn't-
that I didn't like.
Like
as
the
much.
sectiony stuff that we go, like on the West Coast, there's like a wave that lines up close to the cliff, and you can pump off the back and like catch another one. You can kind of go down the coast, and you're just getting out and down. And with the bigger tail, it was hard to pump to the next
Yeah,
section.
yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
oh shit, I'm losing all this
Yeah.
efficiency of this front wing,
Totally.
But I felt good when I was like
when you're in it because
surfing
it slowed it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something we play with a lot.
Yeah.
But
I heard Jimmy talk about that at one point.
Yeah, Jimmy,
So, he likes that, right?
yeah.
It's his jam, the 720 with the 170.
but
whatever.
he's like super excited to like get the X, like the smaller sizes, more in line for towing. Yeah, because it's something he loves to do. So yeah, that'll probably be a little bit further away.
I don't love to do it, but somehow I end up doing a lot of it when winter comes.
Yeah.
Every time I'm like, oh, I don't even like towing. What are we doing? But hey, if we're gonna go do it, let's
Yeah.
get on the right gear.
Yeah, it has its place. There's days when
it's so
there's nothing else you can do.
When it all lines up, it's
Yeah.
some of the most magical foiling ever, right?
Yeah,
I mean, the right gear is huge.
And when it doesn't line up, it sucks.
Oh God, sitting out there on the jet ski, just bobbing up and down and like crap waves, you're
and
exhausted because you
sucking
only
the
slept
rope.
4 hours, and you're like, why am I out here? I could have just gone and had a prone session and chill.
I could have just got a hammer and belted my back for an hour and
Yeah, exactly.
jet skiing upwind.
So what do we got to get a code Puerto Rico trip lined up one of these
Yeah.
days. or X Foils Australia trip. One of those
That'd be
two.
better.
That'd be
Yeah.
better for you.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, before we came here, we were discussing the possibility after this going to the East Coast and sneaking down. But
yeah, next time you guys are in Florida or something, it's definitely worth shooting down.
yeah.
Our waves are
Well,
better.
I still haven't been to Florida.
Just kidding, Florida
Yeah.
listeners. You guys have great waves.
Yeah, so I'm excited to
Great
go to the
foilers.
East Coast.
Great foilers.
Yeah.
Actually, Florida's turned into like a foiling mecca. Thank God.
Yeah.
The foiling, right? Surfing, talked about it a bunch on the podcast back in the day, but like,
I mean, there's a
who
lot.
was surfing, you know, it's falling
perfect.
apart.
I think Florida has the most code foils
Really?
of the states.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I haven't been there yet, and we really wanted to go after this, but then there's an event in LA, and we need to go there as well. I mean, it's like super.
It's a big country.
It's super tricky for us to get here and do an event, and then to try to extend it away from home, and then figure it out how to fit it into a trip to Europe, trip to Hawaii, and then
I mean, once you're over here, you got to take advantage.
yeah,
you're here,
yeah,
you know?
and that's why we were gonna do the East, but now we're doing the West Coast. But I said to some of the guys, I said next time we need to just do the East Coast, and obviously I would say Puerto Rico's in that. But I think you guys should come to Gold Coast.
Oh, we got to.
Bring some short boards
I've
as well.
talked about it a lot.
Yeah,
That'd be epic.
it's nice and hot, so you'll be feeling right at home.
I feel right. Exactly.
Anything else you can give us? Anything tasty that's coming up that we could talk about?
Yeah, we're making I don't know, you might not froth on as much as the X, but we've got a foil drive mask coming,
Oh yeah.
which is a lot of people are super frothy on. It's getting demoed here, and it's like in production, so it's probably a couple months away. So that'll be that. There's other little things like an aluminium mask. I'm probably not that excited about that.
Yeah.
No, that's good. But that's cool.
Yeah, it's like for as far as business, retail and stuff, it's something you can offer.
I mean, I don't hate aluminum. You just have to take more care of it, and
yeah,
it doesn't feel as elite.
yeah, that's it. That's all it is. As long as it's stiff,
Yeah.
and it's solid, it doesn't need to glide and everything as well. It's we just want to compete against some of the other brands.
Yeah,
in
you
that
can need
area.
an entry level. Sometimes people just don't want to spend the money for the. I mean, it's really amazing all the material science and how things are evolving. I'm sure you guys are working on new race stuff and
Or
masks. Everybody
thin
has
masks.
thin masks, like everybody's working on.
Oh yeah,
But it's like the construction gets expensive, right? And as
Yeah.
we add more high end materials and more laminate, now all of a sudden the things,
Yeah.
price point gets to $2-3 grand, which is fine if this is like your life. But for a beginner, that's a big bite to chew,
Yeah, and like as far as like the masks and race foils go, it's really like, initially we'll just do it out of high mod, like all the R. Their first one was high mod.
Yep.
Like this is back in the day when everyone was like saying crazy how high mod.
Yeah,
But,
right.
Like every product we make was at least high mod, but now it's like, well, it's ultra high mod, and also we need to customize the layout just so a wing that wide and thin doesn't snap. So it's not just ordering a mold and building it anymore. It's like we want these thin foils, thin masks. How are we going to make it like fast, gliding, that much span, the mask that thin, and lay it up in a way where we can sell it and like produce hundreds of them without having like half come back cracked.
Yeah, right.
Or it to be $5,000.
That as well. Yeah, it's a battle. So that's probably like one of the most challenging things now for us, like making the super high end stuff and making it feasible for people to buy it and, not breaking and stuff. So a lot of our testing is just putting the big dudes on crazy span foils,
And
on
just letting
crazy
them go
thin
for it.
masks and saying, you see what you can break. And
Who's the biggest dude? Josh Koo?
nah, you guys would have seen the Snow Brothers around.
Oh yeah.
Big brother Adams, he's heavier than Jared.
Oh really?
And those boys,
No way, really?
yeah, those boys can put some pressure on a foil.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, if we're gonna try break something, we send it down to them.
Yeah, you guys make some bulletproof gear. I think that was one of the things I loved about it when it came out. It was like, this is a tank. Like, all this stuff is not going to break. That mast is so strong and stiff.
I mean, I've had not one.
Not one, right? I was going to say not one warranty.
Like,
Yeah, I mean,
maybe-
obviously over all the world we get occasional, but I think, a lot of it can be, I'd hate to say it can be a little bit user error, but yeah, there's
It's like me smashing into the reef over.
like such, yeah, but
Hey, I broke this thing on this rock.
Yeah, I don't know. It's got all these scratches and stuff.
I drove over the mast with my car.
like you see a snapped tail and you're like, oh, did you hit the bottom? And no, and you look at the fuse and the fuse is like,
Yeah, you're like, yeah, you did.
yeah.
Bro.
But I mean, you can break everything if you put it in the right spot at the right time, I guess. But yeah, touch wood. In the early years, we got to we were lucky. We came in late, like after all the big brands had been around for a few years. So we'd seen what breaks.
Mm-hmm.
And my brother worked at a shop. So Marcus worked at a foil shop.
Yeah.
So he dealt with all the warranties.
Mhm.
So we were like, oh, what's breaking? Where's it break? How can we fix it?
Mm-hmm.
So, that's why we got that pretty unique tuttle connection. It's like kind of like a carpentry join.
Yep.
It's got that S and a little tuttle inside.
Mhm.
We definitely haven't ever had a warranty on that. And obviously the mask connection's a little bit deeper than a lot of them. So, yeah, touch wood. Yeah, like I said, hopefully.
Well, I think that was some of the magic of your brand is that you guys came as just like shop frothers and folks who were just in the industry riding all the gear, pushing it at a pretty high level. And then you kind of like, you had the ability, which all the new startup brands kind of get that ability, right? Like everybody who was a founding piece of the creative for foiling, they get locked into designs and they get locked into their thoughts, and it takes years to design out of that. You guys were able to go like, well, look at what Cabrina's doing here, and look what Lyft's doing over here, and look at these guys, and cherry pick kind of all the best parts and filter it through your own mind and engineer it in a way that makes sense. And I think you guys did a great job solving a lot of problems and creating, you know, a brand that's really user-friendly and exciting and high performance, as well as being like incredibly easy to access and reliable.
Like,
you know?
people call me, which thank you guys for calling me. If you talk to me for more than an hour on the phone, buy a tail or something, you know. But I do love to give you guys advice, and I will continue to. But when someone calls, it's so easy for me. I'm like, okay, well, what's your weight? What are you doing? What are you riding right now? And I'm like, cool, this will work. You know, and I know it'll work. And even if I'm one size off, I know it'll still work.
Yeah. Well, there's
You
always
know?
small days.
Yeah.
Or big
right?
days. Yeah.
So it's been super reliable for me to like give somebody feedback, and I know that they all work within a spectrum. They're also like that scalability of them and how it worked out like that is all. It's just been so easy.
And
you know,
I
to
think
sell
for
it.
us on the, like,
to
it's
use it.
also been easy for us because we don't have crazy amounts of shops, and the shops we have are generally people that foil, so they understand the product. We don't have to talk to them every week to explain. You know, we just let you guys go. You use the foil, you know what it does.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah, I
and we've got a lot of
I
similar
put a
sort of-
review video before you do. You know?
Probably. I don't think I've done a review video. It's probably a little biased if I do a review video, but
Yeah.
You're like, this is
the best
awesome.
foil in the world. Well, it's also biased because I'm selling it, right?
that's
Like,
yeah.
But
But
I,
you got to work for all the brands. But yeah, it's we're lucky. We have the shops. A lot of the shops we have are, foilers. Like we have places in the world where there's quite big shops, and we're not in them, and we're just in a smaller guy's shop, and he's but he's the guy at the beach. And
That's what matters, right?
we love that.
The guy at the beach.
The guy at the beach on his mobile, sending emails during a run.
Sounds like Dylan, dude.
Yeah, we love that.
Yeah, I mean, your foils definitely, they opened up a lot for me because they were the right foil at the right time for me from a use statement. Like they worked, right? Like they were a little more stable. They were a little more user-friendly. I was on other gear that was like a little twitchier at that point. And man, it made it so I had like a year and a half of just pushing myself on those foils until I kind of like, I feel like I outgrew the S from a surf standpoint. And now got
Just
the
in
X.
time. Yeah. Well, I guess that story is pretty much why the X came. There's a few other Walts out there that say the same thing, and yeah, it's good timing.
Heck
yeah,
yeah.
it's perfect timing. No one wants to jump ship. We're continuing on the code train.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
The X train.
development and
Yeah.
it's
I think we'll
a
always.
small brand that had like huge impact on the industry. Like wildly popular. It's crazy to go to do downwinders and all over the world, and you see just like code, and you just see code like everywhere. It was, stoked for you guys.
Yeah. I mean, I think I could probably speak for all the guys. I don't think we still realize, we're tucked away in our corner, and we're all just working hard every day. Like we don't actually realize, because people are like, oh, I saw this. And I'm like, oh, that's crazy. Someone saw a foil in some place. And then they're like, yeah, there's heaps of them there. Like, oh, cool.
That's awesome.
So
Yeah.
for us, we just like put our heads down. I mean, we foil every day, so we're working hard, but we're not working. We're foiling. We're doing what we would do anyway, whether we were selling them or not. So it's good that it pays off and we can, live off it, and it's good that people get froth on it.
Really, really stoked you got to quit your day job, dog.
Yeah,
That's pretty great.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I'm not making many boards anymore. Maybe for myself and the guy I test with, and Marcus sometimes, but it's there's not many people get a board out of me anymore. There's not much time for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, it's great.
Awesome, man. Well, hopefully we can go send some laps later.
Yeah, for sure.
Sweet.
Thanks everybody.
Woo,
Thanks, Ben.
appreciate it.
Sweet.
Good work.
Nice.